2016 was held at 3:30 p.m. at historic Mount Zion AME Church, Jacksonville, Florida, with Reverend Pierce Ewing Sr. serving as host pastor. The meeting was called to order by President Phyllis Fowler, who also presided. Sister Sarah McComb led our devotion, congregation saying, "We are marching to Zion," as the opening hymn, followed by a prayer given by the chaplain, and the 5 persons each gave a Bible verse for our scripture lesson. Brother Dennis Murphy Sr. made a motion to approve the printed agenda as a guide for our meeting, seconded given by Sister Sarah Roberts. Motion was passed. Our host, local lay president, Sister Keisha Muldrow, gave a wonderful welcome and invited everyone for refreshments in the lower auditorium after the meeting is concluded. Bible study was led by host pastor based on the book of Haggai, entitled, "What's Happening to Our Church? We Are the People." And you see, where are the people? Thank you. Roll call officers are listed. Reading of the minutes. Minutes of the last meeting was issued to the membership and read by Brother Reginald Robinson. Sister Shirley Harris moved that we accepted the minutes with necessary corrections. Seconded by Brother Dennis Murphy Sr. The motion passed unanimously. District President's report. The district presidents gave their reports. South District Secretary gave a report for President Arnold. President Murphy Sr. stated that all is well in the Alachua Central District. President Floyd stated that the Swaddling North District reached 50% church participation in its revival initiative and is currently working hard on its temporary fix project for disabled vets. The district counts. Our district count was conducted by Brother Lewis Palmer with the following results. Swaddling North District 26, Alachua Central District 23, South District 8, church with the most in attendance, St. Paul AME Church, Jacksonville with 16 was declared the winner. Funds collected today, our offering was received with the following results. Dues $25, annual conference repast $45, general offering $117, grand total for the day was $187. Scholarship and awards, Sister Loretta Coppett gave the scholarship and awards report and is attached to these minutes. LEDP report. Brother Joseph Coppett Jr. gave the LEDP minutes and stated that there was not a change since the last report. Still need new members, still need current members to pay dues, still planning mid-year luncheon with details to come later. Lesson by the Director of Lay Activities. Our Director of Lay Activities, Sister Roshonda Herring, gave a wonderful workshop on the Minister Bill of Rights. She lifted up 3 important points from 3 different scenarios. Bishop can move pastors at their request, but should give the pastor 90 days notice that he or she is being moved. 90 days ago, our pastors at the East Conference received those letters, and additionally, days are factored in if moves are made at planning meeting, which is more than enough time for a pastor to be notified of moving. A pastor can be moved in a demotion direction if there is a mutual agreement between the bishop and the pastor, a judicial cause, location, or for the good of the congregation. And voluntary assessments are not required to be paid. Pastors may accept or reject any voluntary financial obligations assessments to the connection, Episcopal District, annual conference, or presiding elder without pain or fear of being penalized. Past Connectional President James L. Williams added that we all should review the budget for indications of legal bills to see how lawsuits of pastors versus administration are costing the church large amounts of funds. The President's message, Sister Carolyn Ford addressed the chair with dialogue that problems need to be solved with our financial setup. President Fowler stated that it will be covered during her comments for the good of the organization. President Fowler further stated that the annual conference is upon us. The YPDers met yesterday at St. James AME Church, Orange Park. The WMS activity starts tomorrow on Monday at the Omni Hotel. Tuesday night, Reverend Ron Rawls is preaching the annual sermon. Wednesday night, the Reverend Carl Smith is preaching the Sons of Allen night. Thursday, everything will be held at St. Stephen AME Church, except for the late night, which is back at the Omni. Reverend Kenyatta Carter will preach the sermon, and there will be a repast honoring our past president, Aaron Jones Jr., which will be held at the Omni as well. All churches will be asked to bring $100 for disaster relief on Friday night, which will be the closing services. Everyone was asked to vote and was urged to take advantage of the early voting. It was stressed that voting was important. No matter who you want to vote for, just make your vote count. Thanks to everyone for pushing our Souls to the Polls campaign. Thank you to everyone who participated in the pre-offering of Lay Witness Night, and thanks to our Director of Lay Activities who worked very hard putting together the wonderful Lay Witness Night program. Again, there will be a repast after the Lay worship service, and it is open to everyone. The Lay Executive Board voted and passed during our last teleconference meeting that officers are asked to pay $25 to defray the cost of the repast for Lay Witness worship service. Go to our website to see what's going on in 11th Episcopal District. We are trying to reestablish the Lay communique, so our Director of Public Relations, Brother Reginald Robinson, is asking everyone to send their Lay news and pictures so that he can forward them to the Episcopal District Lay Director of Public Relations. District presidents will soon be sending out the Selma Bradley Scholarship donation sheet. It is important that everyone contribute as the funds are used to give scholarships to our students. President Fowler asked the membership to make note of the upcoming events printed on the back of the program as they're listed. Comments for the good of the organization. As far as the financial reports, the president stated that she would give an update on its status. At the last meeting, it had been brought up about an audit, but there was not a vote taken to do an audit. Sister Rashonda Herring had brought up that President Charlie Nichols had requested that an audit be done, but it was noted that the previous administration had submitted an audit to the Episcopal District Lay President, which had been compiled with. The issue of the audit for all conferences to do an audit was brought up at the Episcopal District Lay Convention, but the issue was voted down. Sister Beverly Outler had asked about the treasurer's name being placed on the account. The minutes stated that this issue was going to be resolved August 15, 2016. On August 15, 2016, the treasurer and the financial secretary, because of the distance between their homes, each went to the bank branch that was closest to them. Due to several factors such as need for additional paperwork to be clarified, this took a while and the account was set up. Later, there was a request by the treasurer that the factors be put in place prior to signing. These things consisted of a request that the East Conference get updated incorporation papers in their name and its own EIN number, even though the bank had accepted what had been supplied as meeting their requirement, and they opened the account with the information provided. Still, things did not get taken care of as expeditiously as possible. However, all this has been done according to the request made. An account was set up at ViStar for all three names to sign on: President, Treasurer, and Financial Secretary. To date, only the Financial Secretary and President have signed on the account. Treasurer report. Treasurer stated that she requested documents from February 1st, 2015 through March 1st, 2016, and didn't receive them. From December 2015 through February 2016, she had no checkbook. In May 2016, she was supposed to be added to the Wells Fargo account, which didn't materialize until August 13th meeting when name was added to the account. Treasurer was expected to begin work in February, yet all these non-action tendered treasurer from reporting. Treasurer recommends that the Wells Fargo closed account be audited. Because treasurer does not know what was in the Wells Fargo account, treasurer will not sign on the ViStar account until an audit is performed. The question was asked by the body: who made the decision to change accounts? President Fowler responded that the Lay Executive Board made the decision to change banks because of losing funds to high maintenance costs. Since treasurer stated that she had not received any checks or notices from ViStar, President re-verified mailing address with treasurer. Then the president followed up with the bank to see what happened. ViStar stated that they had mailed checks to the verified address and sent documents to them as well. Account as ViStar is now set up, EIN number is set up, Incorporation documents are in order as requested by the treasurer. ViStar will reorder checks and someone will pick them up in person as they will not be mailed. Sister Ruth Carter asked numerous questions as to what we are operating on now. President Fowler reported that as far as funds taken in and spent, Sister Lucretia McBride has produced reports for the body to review, as well as a report showing the funds collected from churches, and those reports are attached at the end of these minutes. President Fowler then handed over to Treasurer Causey documents showing the 2 checks authorized by the lay executive board to be written and issued. President Fowler stated that she was disappointed and concerned that even with sending out text messages, phone calls, and emails, that she had received little or untimely responses, which further made the situation worse. Concern was also expressed that if we order an audit now, we don't have the funds to pay for it. Sister Shirley Harris noted she was on the former lay executive board and that the issue of changing banks had been something that had been discussed and decided on for some time, and that the treasurer and financial secretary at that time had been authorized to seek out and make the change possible. Sister Pamela Pryor made the motion to organize an in-house internal audit team to conduct an audit on the treasury as needed. Motion seconded and passed. Sister Floyd asked that we have a representative from each district. President said that she will take the suggestion under consideration if an audit is needed when appointing the internal audit committee. Brother George Barnes made the motion for treasurer to do what is necessary to make the treasurer of accounts correct so she can perform her duties. Seconded by Sister Desi Matthews. Motion passed. Sister Roshonda Heron made the motion that we have the president and the financial secretary be given permission to pay the annual conference bills as needed, such as programs, repass, church school offering, late night speaker, special assessment for disaster relief, deal sharing, travel lodging, etc. Motion seconded, voted, and passed by the body. Adjournment. Due to the length of the meeting, Sister Beverly Outler, motion for adjournment, seconded by Brother Dennis Murphy. Lay benediction was recited, and Brother Murphy also did the grace for the repast following the meeting. Minutes by Brother Reginald Robinson, Acting Secretary Phyllis Fowler, President.
You have heard the minutes from our last meeting. At this time, I would like to entertain a motion. It has been moved and seconded that we accept the minutes as presented. Question? Comments? Any other ready? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, like signs. Motion passes. At this time, we would have our financial secretary's report, followed by our treasurer's report. Is it? Good evening, everyone. Were you able to get all the copies?
I'm going to get some.
If you do not have a copy, can you share? We did 40 copies, and they are making some additional copies for us. And I thank them for that. I'm sorry. Do you have anything now? Financial?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you pass it to, at least to the president? Did you have any inside of the booklet?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just take them out and pass
Yes,
it to
ma'am.
her? I thank you so much. She's passing.